I tried the triple jump, okay? I tried the triple jump once, but I never actually hit the sand.
Silly Conversations, the podcast. Your host, Denzel Mills.
Podcasting world, podcasting people, podcasting friends. Now, you may have been wondering why there hasn't been an observation of a gym goer. Well, today is your day. And the reason why there haven't been many observations of a gym goer is because I've been going to the gym. And believe me, it's kind of boring. Now, there haven't been many things which have been happening in the gym. I tell a lie. There have been a couple things which I found very interesting, but these were actually on the TV in the gym. Now, I don't go to the gym just to watch TV. I do work. In fact, I'm working so hard that now I have a physio. Imagine, I go to the gym to improve some things, and now I've got a physio for other things. But anyway, so in the gym recently, I've been doing just my own thing. And I remember talking to you about using AI, Bob, remember ChatGPT or Google Gemini, Bob, I remember called it Bob, to basically make yourself a plan. Some of my clients used ChatGPT to start their plan so they can prepare for a marathon and then moved on to a proper trainer. So in my case, I thought, oh, this would be very interesting when I was doing the thing about Bob AI and how you can use it to help you over the summer months with English. And I said that I would probably ask ChatGPT to make a training plan for me. And I did. This is not the training plan that I'm following. I'm doing my own kind of thing, which involves watching the TV and some very strange sports on the TV. I forgot to tell you, I also made one or two friends. Even after one gym session, we went to have coffee. I am like a social butterfly, believe me. Coffee after the gym with somebody didn't really know. I really do think there's two things that's happening. One, I think the uniform, remember, I bought new gym clothes, and I think really they are attracting attention as my body gets more sculpted and looks like an older Greek god. Key point there is the older and then the Greek god and this is the most important thing, in new clothes. So I think that's one thing. And then the other thing, obviously, I go more often. So with that combination, I went for a coffee with somebody. For the regular, everyday gym goers, for them, this may be something of a stupidity. You may think, well, this happens all the time, but you have to remember, I am not a gym goer. I observe, and I observe many things. Some things very weird. For example, the part where people do the floor exercises. And there was one part where a guy was with his partner and she was pregnant. So I imagine they do the exercises together. But then at one point I was looking over, because I was doing floor exercises. At one point I was looking over and the guy was doing like a sideward plank, where you have your forearm, which is the part between your wrist and elbow. In English, we call this the forearm, antebrazo, I think in Spanish. The forearm on the floor. And then he was kind of with his other arm extended and at a diagonal doing like a plank. But in this plank, his partner, the pregnant woman, was actually sitting on his hips. Now, I'm not too sure whether she was just tired or this was part of the activity for him to build more strength or something. And I was just thinking, if that woman sat on my hips, I'd be in hospital for sure, in hospital. So that was one of the strange things I saw. But it seems to be quite a popular thing, people sitting on other people to increase, I don't know, strength or endurance. But at the moment, I don't have any friends to sit on me. I just have on one occasion, coffee person, acquaintance, coffee acquaintance, they're not a friend. So then, whilst I was watching, I've seen or I saw a new sport, never saw it before. And I think it was a combination of handball in the sand, a little bit like beach volleyball, but with more people and basically similar rules to handball. One of the things that I found a little bit strange was how they scored a goal. So, in handball, a normal handball game is about, I don't know, at the end of the day, the score is about 30 goals to one team and 27 goals to the other. This is a normal handball match. And this one on the beach or in a beach area with sand, maybe I don't need to say you need sand because generally, no, tell a lie, you can have sand beaches and you can have stone beaches. So yes, it was important to say with sand. So these people are playing this game, and the way it seems, because there was no volume, the way it seems you need to score a goal, you can't just do a regular run up to the goalkeeper and throw the ball in. First, I think like in handball, there's a zone area that you can't enter into, and this is a straight line. Secondly, and this was the most interesting thing, you need to do a pirouette. Now, I speak a little French. Pirouette. Or it's easy to say turn 360 degrees. So basically, turn round in the air and then throw the ball into the goal because the goalkeeper, really, el pobre, nunca para nada. So, and I thought, okay, this was one person doing a bit of style, so pop in some style. But apparently, this is the only way to score. I think even with a penalty, if I remember correctly, they kind of just jumped up in the air like a ballerina, turned round 360 degrees, and then threw the ball into the goal. Obviously, the goalkeeper was just standing there wondering what was happening. And this was the first time I've ever seen this sport. And it was on, I don't know, virtually 3 or 4 times in that period I was going to the gym. Now, I didn't say 3 or 4 times in the week I went to the gym because I'm never going to go 3 or 4 times in the week, even though the air conditioning in the gym was very, very nice. So that was one of the other things. And then I introduced a new activity in terms of exercise, not making friends, but in terms of exercise. Because I don't know, when you go through your YouTube feed, it starts to show you additional things that you've kind of looked at because the algorithm, that's better, the algorithm thinks that you might be interested in this. And I saw this YouTube channel talking about the use of these kettlebells. Now, kettlebells are like big round metal balls with a handle, and they weigh, well, quite a lot. And that's just the light ones. And there was an exercise where this guy was using them and saying how using a kettlebell, I don't know what they're called in Spanish, but anyway, kettlebells, using a kettlebell, you can use this to not only build strength, but also aerobic activity at the same time. So it has its benefits. And you know me, the less time I can spend in the gym, the better for me. So I've started using these kettlebell exercises along with the elliptic, a bit of bike, and some other things. And it's going quite nice. So going back to the original thing, remember I said I wasn't having a conversation with ChatGPT. I was curious to find out what exercise plan ChatGPT would do for me if I asked. And now that I'm going to a physio and she's given me some exercises, I thought I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. 1, see what ChatGPT recommends for exercise for somebody like me. So I gave it the parameters, my age, my height, my super attractive looks, etc. And it's produced something which I'm going to play to you. And by the time you hear this, I would have taken the plan to my physio to see what she thinks about it. So let's listen to what ChatGPT suggested first of all, and then we'll continue with the fun. So this is what ChatGPT came up with.
Then I can just format the 45-minute routine into a clear printable text layout you can copy straight into Word, Google Docs, or even your phone's notes.
So being quite friendly, it offered to provide me in various formats. And it's going to start with the warm-up and mobility. And this woman voice in ChatGPT will explain the mobility side of things, which, well, I haven't really done. But have a listen anyway.
Here's the print-friendly version. A 45-minute low-impact exercise routine for overall health with hip and lower back considerations. Warm-up and mobility, 8 minutes. March in place or slow walk, 2 minutes. Shoulder rolls, forward, backward, 10 each. Neck circles, slow, gentle. Cat-cow stretch on all fours, 8 reps. Pelvic tilts lying on back, knees bent, 10 reps. Hip circles standing, holding a chair, 10 each direction.
When you hear it, it sounds very good, actually. I'm not too sure about the neck rolls because I think probably mine would probably just fall off or something. But I think it's quite cool in terms of the way she actually explains it. Remember here it's Bob, short for Roberta, which is short for Bobby in American English, and you can have Bob. So there. It's still Bob, but the female Bob.
Low impact cardio, 12 minutes. Choose one. Brisk walking, pace that raises breathing slightly but allows talking. Stationary cycling, upright bike preferred. Elliptical, low resistance. Open quote tip, avoid twisting or overstriding. Keep movements smooth. Close quote.
What I like about this was the way she says brisk walking, but allows talking. So you could literally just have a conversation walking along with somebody and she'll use this as low impact cardio. Fantastic. I do the elliptical bike. And the thing about what she was saying, don't overstride, which is don't make longer steps than you need to. I think it's quite good advice. Not that I do that, but 12 minutes cardio, I can do that. Normally I do more than 12 minutes. So I'm winning. Denzel 1, GPT 0.
Strength core stability, 20 minutes.
We've entered the stage which I'm not happy with. When she talks about this strength and core stability. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Do you know how long 20 minutes is? It's 20 minutes. Anyway, let's continue.
Upper body, wall push-ups or countertop push-ups, 2 can 8 to 12 reps. Resistance band rows, 2 can 8 to 12 reps. Front raises with light dumbbells, 2 can 8, 12 reps. Lower back friendly. Sit to stand from chair, 2 can 8, 12 reps. Step ups onto low step, alternate legs, 2 or 12 reps. Standing calf raises, 2, 8, 12 reps. Core, safe. Dead bug exercise, 2 can 8 or 12 reps. Bird dog on all fours, 2 can 8 to 12 reps. Side lying leg lifts, 2, 8, 12 reps.
You know what's great about this? The last bit, when she went, I'll play it again. Just fantastic. Now, there's a couple things that I have no idea what she's talking about. She talks about this dead bug exercise. A dead bug is like flies and things when they hit your car. So I have no idea this dead bug exercise. And also bird dog. Bird dog. What's a bird dog? Is it something from ancient Greek mythology or something, or the Egyptians? But anyway, apparently this is an exercise. So those I don't do and I wouldn't do because I have no idea what they are. But this Bob, she's really into doing this stuff. So anyway, very important. I forgot to tell you, when she talks about reps, okay, these are repetitions. Now, the people who go to gym quite a lot probably know this. The people who don't, and those who get exercise from listening to me as a gym goer and my observations of a gym goer, probably didn't know that. So I'm doing my public information thing, as they say. Now, I think there's a little bit more at the end, so we'll see what she has to finish with.
Cool down and stretch, 5 minutes. Hamstring stretch, seated, one leg forward, 20 sec each side. Hip flexor stretch, half kneel, 20 sec each side. Upper back stretch, hands together, push forward, 20 sec. Chest stretch, hands behind back, lift gently, 20 sec. Slow breathing, 1 to 2 minutes in through nose, out through mouth. If you want, I can also make this with simple stick figure illustrations so you can follow it without thinking too much during the workout. That might be easier than reading text mid-routine. Would you like me to do that?
I said, yes, please. Even though it's AI, still be polite. Now, when she was talking about sec, which is quite normal, we will never say, 1 second. It's always 1 sec, please, rather than 1 minute, like in Spanish. But in British English, we also about sec, a second. Don't miss sec with sex, okay? So we just want to make sure it's 1 sec rather than 1 sex, please, especially in the gym. But to be quite honest, the way some people go to the gym nowadays, I mean, anything could happen. So in a sense, looking at this plan for my height, my age, my weight, and my level of not liking the gym, it wasn't too bad. I think the AI hit some things which I think would be correct for, I think, most people. You just need to, how can I say, input the right kind of information. The next time, or maybe by the time I post this, I'd actually get some feedback from my physio and I'll tell you what she thinks about it. Or maybe I even get her to record her opinions about this and we'll put it here. So you can see this fantastic. I forgot to tell you, I've been watching the athletics. My God. The last few weeks, they've had by the time you listen to this, it'll be a long time ago, but they had the relay championships, love athletics, or track and field, the Americans say, but love athletics. I actually used to do athletics. I used to run the 100 meters, 4x100 meters, and the long jump. I tried the triple jump, okay? I tried the triple jump once, but I never actually hit the sand. Imagine you need to do the 3 steps. So the triple jump, you have to do the 3 steps and then land in the sand. I tried it and I never landed in the sand. I was still on the track. It was amazing. But anyway, I've been watching the athletics and it's been fantastic. I'm telling you, the Spanish team, Olympic team, 4x400 women, super fantastic. Like we're talking very close to world record holders. So that's been the interesting thing. I'm going to leave you now, finally, and we'll have another observations of a gym goer coming whenever the body tells me to produce one. Hopefully you've enjoyed this and hopefully you've seen how you can actually use, again, Bob, to help you start. And something like this, I think, with the guidance of a specialist, can actually get you going into your exercise routine. Now, obviously, I'm an exception. My exercise routine is all in my head or with Bob on the AI. However, I am going to try some of these things and we'll see how it works because the dead bug and the bird dog, really, it just sounds very interesting and I'd like to know. This is your gym goer and his observations. Until the next time, see ya.
The voices and the names have been changed in this podcast to protect the wicked. For any grammar, information, or correction, please ask someone else, not me.